Okay, so today I just wanted to speak about dealing with Forex losses. It's a very important topic to touch because, like, the problem with Forex, I think, with this whole thing of losses, the way we are wired, the way we think, our psychology as human beings, we don't like losing. Even like that way, just doesn't seem, it doesn't sound right, it doesn't sound nice to be called a loser or someone who has taken losses. But now, that mindset doesn't work when it comes to Forex. When it comes to Forex, you need to understand that trading, just like any other business, has what we call incomes and expenses. Before you get to profits, you will make income and then you are going to incur some expenses to be able to make that income. A typical example will be a shop like Spar. Spar makes money by selling things. But before they can actually sell those things, or in the process of selling those things, and getting the income from sales, they must also incur expenses. So they have people that they are paying like their cashiers, they have things they are paying like their rent and stuff like that. So those are just their expenses. There's no way they can make this income without incurring those expenses. Coming back to Forex, the same thing applies. You are going to make profits, but you're still also going to make losses. And it doesn't help trying to avoid losses because it's just part of the equation. Because some people make the mistake of, in their pursuit to try and actually like avoid taking losses, you'll end up realizing that their trading activity decreases very much. So they end up not taking positions, which gets them deeper in emotional or psychological problems when it comes to trading. Because now, if you're not taking trades and then you come back later, you see, oh damn, this trade worked out perfectly fine, just like I anticipated. But I just didn't have the guts to pull the trigger because I was trying to avoid the loss. One book about trading psychology I actually read speaks of losses like this, like in the sense of trying to avoid losses. Why it doesn't make sense to actually try and pick some trades out of your system and stuff like that. If, for example, let's say for example, like me, my stop losses are usually like anything from like 20 pips to 25 pips, or sometimes just below 30 pips. And then my target will be anything from 60 pips, 80 pips, 100 pips, and more, depending on the type of setup that I'm trading. So now let's say I get a trading opportunity, but because now I have this problem of dealing with Forex losses, I see this trading opportunity and I'm like, yo, my past two trades have both been losses. What if I execute this trade and then now I'm in another loss? So now I'll have like three losses in a row. So in pursuit or in trying to actually avoid that, I end up not taking the position, not realizing that this position might be the position that's going to actually make me money in such a way that I can be able to also pay for the past two losses that I just incurred and even still have a good amount of money left. Because like I said, if you're risking 20 pips and making like anything from 100 pips or 80 pips, if you take two losses in a row, we can assume maybe each loss was 25 pips, you lost 50 pips. And then if you get one winner, maybe 120 pips, you're already up 70 pips, even though you've only won once and had two losses. Now, if you're going to try and pick and choose setups, trying to say, oh, this one, no, I won't take this one, no, I won't take this one, you are actually working against yourself in that sense, because it can hurt you even much more, because what you're trying to save doesn't make sense in terms of what you're avoiding should the trade actually work out very well. So I think like it's just important to know, I mean, like any profitable strategy that you'll find, I also have it in my notes here on screen, any profitable strategy that you'll find basically aims to make more wins than losses. It doesn't aim to only make wins, because it's impossible to just have only wins when it comes to the Forex market, no matter how good your strategy is. So a profitable and good strategy will just aim to provide the trader with more wins than losses, because in that way, even though you'll be incurring losses, net game, you know you're still going to be profitable. Not only that, but most importantly, a profitable strategy must aim to make larger wins than losses. So going back to risk reward ratios, you need to understand that even though you are incurring losses, you must know that your system, when it's on a profitable mode, when it's giving you a profitable trade, that profitable trade will be large it will be very large in terms of pips compared to the trades that you've actually lost, to make it a good and profitable system. Because it doesn't help if when you're losing 20, but if you're making money, you're making 20 or 25 pips. It's going to be very difficult to be profitable. But like I said, if the strategy gives you more wins and losses, or even if it's failing in that department or average in that department, as long as you know if you're making a win, it's going to be larger than your losses, then you have a very good chance of still being profitable. So this whole thing, like many other things when it comes to the Forex market, it always links back to trading psychology. It always links back to trading psychology. It's very important to know that the technical side of the market is the easy part. The most difficult thing is now the trader versus himself or herself. The psychology part of this whole thing. Because like I'm saying, with systems, it's very important, or systems or trading strategies and stuff like that, it's very important to be consistent in your execution. Just like I say, yeah, it's okay to feel a bit bad after a loss. Like we won't lie and act like robots. Like if you take a loss, you don't bet an eye. If you're trading money that makes sense to you, you are going to feel like some type of way after a loss. But obviously, as you go in your trading career, then it sort of like tends to be very, very minimal and stuff like that. But you need to understand, you don't have to beat yourself up if you've lost money, but it's okay to feel bad about it. But just remember that the next trade, you're not bringing those emotions back. So just those few minutes there and this trade lost. Okay, no man, I need to get my mind right when I'm going into the next trade. I can't take the next trade still considering, oh, the last one was a winner, because even if it was a winner or a loser, each trade must be treated on its own. You don't want to be messing up your mind by thinking in terms of sequences and being like, okay, man, I just won, so maybe this one, because in that case, you can also have a problem with by now on a winning streak, you get too overconfident in such a way that maybe you're not providing enough scrutiny to your analysis and stuff like that. You get just like, no, I just won. Let me just do, okay, I'm executing this one again. I'm like, and stuff, and you can catch and burn in that sequence. So you just want to make sure as a trader, as you're approaching each and every single trade in isolation, you're paying attention to each and every trade. You're not letting hope or wishes come into play and stuff like that. Everything must make technical sense for you, especially if you are just a technical trader. I think we can just end it there for today, dealing with Forex losses. So it's part of the game, guys. You need to make peace with it and stuff. So yeah, have a good one. Thank you for tuning in.